If you've never experienced whiskey and wine, and no, I'm not talking about the beverages, well, maybe I am, you might want to check it out. There is a show. It was the post-game show for the LSU football season, but coming up on Super Bowl Sunday, it's a companion broadcast, and it's going to be happening live where?
Don Juan Cigar Bar. That is actually award-winning whiskey and wine. Louisiana Association of Broadcasters' best use of digital media. Can you believe it?
Wow.
They gave me and T-Bob a trophy. Unbelievable.
So who has custody of the trophy?
It resides in our studio.
Right.
So
right.
we co-parent the trophy.
Tell people what happens at Whiskey and Wine, and particularly what's going to happen at this one.
Yes, so as soon as LSU games finish, clock hits 0, T-Bob Hebert and I are live at Don Juan Cigar Bar for an unfiltered, uncensored live stream show. But we've broken post-game shows, traditional post-game shows. It's kind of incredible the support we've gotten. So we'll do a live companion show during Super Bowl Sunday as well at Don Juan. So come on out and join us at Don Juan, or you can watch along.
Listen, throw in enthusiasm for the LSU Tigers, a crowd that's fired up, and the fact that T-Bob has been drinking for 5 hours before they actually go on the air, and that's not an exaggeration.
No, that's not an exaggeration.
I don't think this could exist anywhere but on YouTube.
That's fair.
Or HBO.
We would be fired instantly if any of this went over broadcast TV or radio.
All right, let's talk about the Super Bowl that's going to happen a week from this Sunday between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. I already know what you're going to do. Yeah.
Rematch.
Yeah, I already know what you're going to do. Just go on and make your pick against the Niners, and then tell me why you think that's going to happen.
Well, I have actually nailed this postseason. We do our weekly postseason picks, and I have lapped the field on our show.
Sure.
I've missed 3 games the whole postseason. 2 of them were picking against the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's to my detriment. So I'm not picking against the Niners. I think they're a wonderful team, and they might even be better than the Chiefs. I'm just not picking against the Chiefs again.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I think the 49ers are a better team. The thing that tips the scale is just Patrick Mahomes.
I think there's 2 things. Patrick Mahomes, of course, is one of them. And even when we start to look at, like, this Chiefs team, no Cheetah, you look at some of the weapons that are gone, some of the injuries they've had. Kadarius Toney's a head case right now.
Yeah.
They have more drops than any team in the NFL, yet they're back in the Super Bowl for the 4th time in 5 years. And I think one of the things we noticed in this game with the Ravens and the Chiefs, the AFC Championship game, is experience matters.
Yeah.
We saw stupid personal fouls.
Yeah.
We saw Zay Flowers, finally makes a big play, taunts the defensive back, fumbles at the goal line.
Yeah.
Experience of being in the game and expecting to make the plays the Chiefs have it, and I think that matters. So, and with the coaching, look, I think Harbaugh is a great coach.
No, he is, but I don't know the scheme of not having him run and use his athletic gifts.
I've also watched the 49ers in big spots. Well, Shanahan blowing a 28-3 lead with Falcons, and then blowing a 10-point lead in the 4th quarter in the Super Bowl against these Kansas City Chiefs.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
I will lean Andy Reid, of course, and Patrick Mahomes.
I mean,
experience matters in this game. And the other thing, too, and there's 2 ways to look at the Niners with what's happened the last 2 weeks. One is, man, you got outplayed by Green Bay.
In the first half.
And, yes, for 3 quarters. And the first half, you got outplayed by Detroit, and you were down by 17.
Yeah.
So there's 2 ways to look at it. You don't play your best against Kansas City, you're going to find yourself in a hole you can't dig out of. But number 2, the flip side of that is you credit a team for knowing when to kick, when to put it into gear, and when to go win. And so finding yourself down against Detroit the way they were was shocking, but you credit a team for never getting rattled and finding a way to come back and win.
I never had a doubt we were going to win that game.
Against Detroit?
Yep.
Oh.
I was telling Leah walking into here, I actually have a text message I sent before the half was over to a friend of mine saying, you're about to witness the greatest second half ever.
I'm not interested in your text message.
Well, I'm just telling you.
Talk is cheap.
You want me to show you the text?
I don't care about your text.
All right, then.
Talk is cheap. I would have been impressed if you would have gone and made a large money line wager at halftime on the 49ers when they were down 17.
I'm not a degenerate like you.
That doesn't mean you're a degenerate.
I didn't need to do that.
That doesn't mean you're a degenerate.
I've got faith in my team.
But talk is cheap. Actions speak louder than words. I don't care what you texted somebody during the game.
You're right. Super Bowl experience matters. The Niners have Super Bowl experience. They've won 5. Oh, what? They've won 5 Super Bowls. I mean, where did those come from?
Do you have fake Super Bowl rings?
We have replicas of the rings. I mean,
Why would you have those?
Those were a Father's Day gift.
Why, though?
Because I raised great
Hey,
children.
are those, that's not like a real replica, right? I thought some of the old ones would be way smaller.
No, I've got large hands. I'll tell you about that later. All right, going into the game.
I have unnaturally large hands for a guy that's only 6 feet tall. I do. 30 seconds. I got 10-inch hands. I got bigger hands than
I got 30 seconds. Who's winning the game?
The Chiefs. I'm picking Chiefs.
All right, I'm picking well, you know who I'm picking. Listen.
It would be great to be a fake front-running fan like Clay. Hey, let's just be from Louisiana and cheer for the team that wins.
I love all this.
Like all those Baton Rouge natives that used to be Alabama fans that aren't anymore. You know who you are. I'm coming right after you.
Love this bitterness.
Your hero's gone. How's that going to go now?
Still
right?
Can't see us.
Alabama fans from Baton Rouge.